Isn't it wonderful that we have a day to celebrate mothers for everything that they do? It's easy to say that without mothers, this world would not be a fun place. So in honor of all the mothers out there, I stopped by my local video store and I rented Mother's Day. I'm Kevin Porter, and you're watching Video Rental Chaos. Tis a wonderful day to have a picnic with your mother to celebrate Mother's Day. In order to do that, we must then review the classic horror flick, Mother's Day. Now, did you know that this movie was banned in England upon its initial release? Neither did I! We both learned something very important today, and that's pretty badass. Without further ado, let's jump right on into Mother's Day. The movie begins during a graduation ceremony for a growth opportunity seminar. We see this nice, sweet old lady who offers a young couple, Terry and Charlie, a ride. During the car ride, though, it's evident that the couple has some foul plans for this old lady. The car suddenly stops. The old lady seems to know her way around the car. Well, you think that this old lady is done for, when we get a twist. Her two inbred redneck sons appear out of nowhere. The old lady takes it into her own hands and murders Terry, cause Mama always knows best. After the introduction, we are then introduced to the characters of Trina, Abel, and Jackie. It's 10 years prior and they're just graduating college. They ponder on what the future holds for each of them. Trina and Abel both receive a telegram, as each year they plan a spontaneous trip, as these three seem to be best friends forever. This year it's Jackie's turn and she plans out this camping trip in the rural area called the Deep Barrens. Abby and Trina both arrive in New York City. They're both picked up by Jackie. They make a pit stop and get some supplies and make complete asses out of themselves while pissing off the locals. They backpack it into their camping spot. These girls really do like to get one off on each other, as they're called the Rat Pack and goofs are their game. This seems to be a pretty normal camping trip. That is until they are attacked by the same two inbred rednecks, Ike and Adley, who'd been stalking these poor women the entire time. After securing the women in their sleeping bags, the boys present their findings to their mother. The ladies are tied up to workout equipment inside the home. Mother picks out the first victim as Jackie is taken outside and forced into some weird backyard hit play, so the boys can practice, let's just say, their attack methods. Mother, the entire time, looks on approving of their actions. Trina and Abby look on in horror. The next day, Abby and Trina try and escape while the boys and Mother attend to their daily physical training. The women almost make it out by lowering one of them to the ground. She gets the other girl out, and they find Jackie in one of the drawers, and the other victims from earlier in the film. They almost escape before the boys find them in the kitchen. During this time, though, they hear Mother cry out. She claims again to have seen her long-lost sister Queenie, who she says attacked her. The boys think this is just their mom making things up. The girls manage to make it out and into the forest. It's decided that Trina will leave Abby and Jackie to go find help. Trina thinks she has found a cop, but it's just one of Ike's tricks and he chases her through the forest. During this time, unfortunately, Jackie is not able to hold on any longer and passes away. This drives Abby mad. Once Trina arrives back, it's time to devise a plan to kill Mother and her two inbred twit sons. We also get a wicked scene of Mother trying to talk Adley into never leaving her, as she can never be without her boys. Mother is not very happy to find out that Ike lost all three of those girls. The next day, they don't have to wait long as Abby and Trina show up at the house and begin to extract their revenge. First, they straight up castrate Adley with a claw hammer. Like, that dude gets what he fucking deserves, okay? While you almost think it's the end for Trina, Abby, in a desperate move, grabs Drano and pours it down Ike's throat. The chase leads all the way back into the home, where Ike meets his fate with a television being slammed into his head as he dies right in front of them. The girls find Mother all by herself in the basement. This is probably one of the more gruesome scenes as they suffocate Mother with inflatable breasts. The film comes to an end when they bury Jackie and begin to make their way home. When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Queenie jumps out of the bushes and attacks the girls. So Mother was right the whole time. This movie really does align for the time frame it was shot and released, being the late 70s and early 80s. You really don't see any movies like this being made nowadays. The violence is a lot to take in, but for some reason I've always enjoyed this movie. I love the build up to the girls being kidnapped. Right when you're at your peak annoyance of their characters, bam! They're snatched up and the real movie begins. It's funny how the two boys are treated like straight up children. This makes sense considering their dependency on their mother. The ending was quite brilliant though, with Abby's character at the beginning of the film while she was still in Chicago and living with her own mother, who's straight up a bitch. She takes it out on this mother and straight up suffocates her and loses her marbles. The film is a product of its time. This is a horror film you don't hear too much about, but I'm glad we could shed some light on it. So, next time you're in the woods, just remember to watch out for the grizzly rednecks, okay? And until next time, I'll see you at the video store.